Thanks to the support as a channel member, Felix Bjorkman. Well, we've been talking about this all season, and now we finally are going to be playing Kaizer Chiefs in the league. They've been avoiding us. We're top of the league, though, so I know they've still got all these silly games in hand, but potentially we go into these matches with the advantage. It's very finely balanced. If you look at the league table, as you can see, we are top of the league, 49 points, 21 games played. Cape Town Spurs have played 2 games more than us and are 1 point behind. So it's easy to ignore them, other than the fact that obviously if Kaizer Chiefs beat us twice, we're now only 1 point ahead of them and we don't have any games in hand over them. So they're not completely out of it yet. Kaizer Chiefs, on the other hand, are 2 games behind us, 4 games behind Cape Town Spurs, and only 5 points behind us. So if they beat us in both of these matches, they'll actually be above us in the league with 2 games in hand still. So what we need to do is a win and a draw. A win and a draw puts us 9 points ahead of them, and they'd still have 2 games in hand. And then the rest of the season is in our control. We are in very, very good form going into this match. We haven't lost since back in October when we lost those 2 matches back to back. We're currently on a 5-match winning run in the league as well, which actually started with the victory over Kaizer Chiefs in the Telkom Knockout Final in the last episode. So let's just keep on winning. We play them at home first. If we can beat them, we'll go to their place and beat them there too. Why not? We have had a transfer window as well since the last episode. We didn't actually do any business or any significant business. We let this guy leave because we were never going to use him. We did have an offer from Bambo accepted because it hit his release clause. It was Golden Arrows in our league who offered us 450,000 for his domestic release clause. He went and discussed terms with them and then just giggled and left and turned them down. Nobody else came in for him. He doesn't actually have a release clause for foreign clubs. So fingers crossed, as you can see, Inter are no longer interested in him. Hopefully he just continues not quite developing enough so we get to keep him around. I mean, I keep talking as if he's the most essential player we've got. He's actually only averaging a 7.07 for the season. If you look at where he fits on our player, I mean, he's like 12th best player according to average rating. We've got more important players to the way we play. Even, I mean, Dlamini, who is probably out for the season with his broken ankle, much more important to us. So I'm less worried about that situation than I was. The money would be handy, although we did get a bunch of prize money come in from winning the Telkom Cup, which it's in here somewhere. We got a big gate receipt and we got a big bunch of prize money as well. I mean, there you go, 275,000 prize money. 190 of it was for the Telkom Cup. So we're actually out of our overdraft for the first time in forever. We're still over our wage budget, but we're not going to worry about that. That feels like somebody else's problem. The finance director, maybe. So this is the team we are putting out there for the game against Kaizer Chiefs. It is very similar to the team that already beat them in that cup final. We're going for Rebello in goal, a back four of Radaby, Ndaluli, Hendricks and Gwenya. We've got Makubo at the base of the midfield, Kanani and Mathibula ahead of him, and Bambo on the left, Undlov on the right, and big Kurt Villakazi up front, who is still only 18 years old. I'm slightly concerned about that, but less concerned about it when you look at that. He is in great goal scoring form. Now he's getting a little run in the team. So we're going to let him keep scoring goals, especially with Macania injured currently. We've also got Hlothi suspended. Dlamini, of course, we already know about, is injured. So we are going into this with a few players unavailable. A lot of pressure on some of our young players. Villakazi, Radaby, Umdaluli, even Rebello. We forget how young he is. He's only 18, 19 years old as well. We've got a lot of very young gentlemen in this match. If we are able to come out here and beat our main title rivals, of course, it does bode really well, not just for our title push this season, but for, you know, the future of the club with these young players doing as well as they are. Talking about young players, of course, they've got McGizzy in their team, who we had to sell to them back in the summer/winter, because I've been reminded in the comments the seasons are backwards here. So the winter break that I've just talked about as having was actually a summer break. And when we get to the end of the season, that's going to be the winter, even though it's the summer. And Kurt Villakazi, 2.5 stars, you reckon? I think it's time to sack my assistant manager. This is his 4th start. That's his 4th goal. He's a huge physical presence. And as you can see, quite the finisher as well. I think we've got a superstar on our hands. Who cares about star rating? We're just going to keep playing him because he keeps scoring. And we don't forget a tight offside. We don't need to get ourselves bogged down in those kinds of details. Also worth pointing out, obviously I made quite a big deal yesterday about changing the video settings, and then we had that big bar down the side of the screen because I managed to edit it wrong. That should be gone today. If that's still there, then we can start blaming Matt for it, I think. I think that's fair. But yeah, we should now be back to some proper video quality for the first time in a little while. I don't know what's been going on. And like I said yesterday, we are still working on getting 4K up and running, but can't do it just yet because reasons. Also, while we're in the first half of the video, just getting some housekeeping done. Tomorrow won't be a Pentagon video. We still do 5 a week, but we do them Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday now. I did announce it in the non-Pentagon video like a week ago. It still confused everybody last Wednesday when there wasn't one, and then Saturday when there was one. So I probably should mention it in an actual Pentagon video. There won't be a Pentagon video tomorrow. It will be back Thursday, and there'll be an extra one on Saturday instead. There will be a different kind of video out tomorrow. We're doing full-on daily content these days. And yeah, just mixing it up a little bit. Got to mix it up a little bit. If you like me waffling about off-topic stuff as well, I'm relaunching my old vlog channel. Remember that? 6 o'clock today over there. Go check that. Don't worry, I'm not bringing a vlog back. But more details of that over there at 6 o'clock today as well. You can hear potentially in the background just how excited Dave the dog is at the prospect of me uploading on the channel that he used to be on again. Yeah, he wants to be famous again. Right, Radaby with the cross comes in. Villakazi is there, and he's scored again, and that is the advantage of having a 6'4" striker. Because, I mean, that is a great cross from Radaby, but Villakazi, great header from him at the far post. And if he's any shorter, he doesn't get to it. But he's just peeled away from his defender, leapt up above the other one for his second goal of the game, our second goal of the game. And this young man who's apparently not very good, he's still only on a youth contract. He might be single-handedly winning us the league in today's episode, because look at what it does to that league table. It makes a huge... Can he get his hat-trick here? In fact, it's Abdeluli! And, I mean, I don't understand how that's his first goal of the season, because I'm sure he's done that before. But, I mean, what do I know, I guess? Nathi Bula has picked up a knock, so we're going to have to take him off at half-time. But that's a half-time where we're going to go in 3-0 up over Kaizer Chiefs. I don't think anybody expected this to happen today. We just need to make sure we do the same thing at their place. But we are just in really, really good form. And as I was saying before, look at what it does to the league table. 4 points clear of Spurs with a game in hand over them. They're done. But this also puts us 8 points clear of Kaizer Chiefs. Yes, they'll still have 2 games in hand over us, but we also still have to play them at their place. I mean, they'll look at that as 2 games in hand and they come back to our place. It's still in their hands. If they win every game they play for the rest of the season after this one, they'll win the league, because one of them will involve beating us. Equally, if we win every game for the rest of the season, we win the league. So it might be in their hands, but it's in our hands too. And that next game, when we go to their ground, is going to be hugely important. And we're going to go there, fingers crossed, unless we balls this up hugely from here, we're going to go there off the back of 2 big wins against them in big matches relatively recently. So that, I mean, we're going to go there with the psychological edge, you would think, although obviously they've got the prior experience of winning titles, winning leagues, that we've obviously never done in our history. We've never won the league. So this would be huge if we managed to pull this off. And Bambo forcing another corner. Good work from him. Don't notice him. We mustn't notice him, because then other clubs will notice him. And now Unlove is going to look to get one into that near post again, where Deluli was there again. I don't know why we're aiming at him rather than Big Kurt, But we are. I mean, Delulu's only 6 foot tall. But I guess my what's his face? What word am I looking for? Set piece coach. I guess he feels like he knows what he's doing. We are pretty light on potential substitutions here. We're not going to make any more. Just the one change. Makanya, who's coming back from injury, is going to come on for Mbambo on that left-hand side. Obviously, he got the 2 goals at South African Wembley for us to win the Telkom Cup. Right, Makubo's going to have to drop back there. And then Selemani, who's on the transfer list, is going to come on and play at defensive midfield. And Radaby is tiring, so Nonyani can come on and play left back. And we just need to hold on. 10 minutes to go. Come on, boys. Just hold on. McKizzy is looking at this, wishing he'd never left. That 350,000... it barely touched the sides. It made no difference to us. What it is going to make a difference to is him, because he's going to miss out on the opportunity to get medals. He's already missed out on his Telkom medal. Now he's going to miss out on his Premier League medal. I might be doing my victory speech a touch too soon, because it is now 3-2. And if Kaizer Chiefs do grab an equaliser, I'm going to look like a bit of a wally, and it's going to cause us an enormous problem, because we then have to go to their place, knowing we bottled a 3-goal lead, knowing that the title race isn't as advantageous as it was. Luckily, we have managed to hold on. I'm now going to play all the in-betweeny games off camera, and we are going to be back for the away game at Kaizer Chiefs. Well, after a couple of postponements, our match with Kaizer Chiefs has moved right close to the end of the season. We also managed to get ourselves knocked out of the Nedbank Cup in the first round by putting the reserves out, so that's not ideal. And we've dropped a couple of points. But we go into this match 10 points clear of Kaizer Chiefs. Yes, they still have 2 games in hand on us, but if we beat them, we'll be 13 points clear. They'll only have 4 games left, which means they won't be able to catch us. Of course, Cape Town Spurs theoretically could, and we play them next. So we might win the league tomorrow, maybe. I guess we'll see. But first, let's find out where Kaizer Chiefs live. I guess they've just won the league because Google's getting all giddy with fireworks for them. But we're specifically looking to see where they are on a map. So there is Kaizer Chiefs Village. I feel like that's not the name of the stadium. Hang on. So we're looking for the FNB Stadium in Soweto, which has a capacity of 109,000. This is going to be the biggest stadium we've played in the series so far. Probably, I mean, got to be one of the biggest football stadiums in the world, surely. And here it is on a map, just outside Johannesburg. And if we have a look at it from above, I mean, that doesn't look like 109,000 to me. I mean, I'm not going to argue. I believe it is. It's obviously on a purpose-built, very fancy complex. Let's pop ourselves down in the middle of the pitch and see just how big it is. Doesn't look very impressive from that angle. Oh, hang on. There it is. Let's try another one of these, because these ones that are supposedly in the middle of the pitch are never that reliable. Oh, my word. It's like Wembley. Okay, that is quite large, isn't it? This has the potential to be quite intimidating today, I would suggest. And one of the reasons our form has dropped off a little bit is because Rebello has been injured. He's missed most of the games in between the last match and this one. So he is back in, but not completely fully match fit. And he's in goal with Radaby, Hendricks, Umdaluli and Hlothy as making up the rest of the back 4. Makubo, Kanani and Zimela in midfield, and Bambo on the left, Unlove on the right. Makanya now fit again to play up front. Dlamini is also on his way back from injury. But if we actually look at Unlove, having had this little run in the team, he's now considered a 4-star player and actually better than Dlamini. So I think Unlove is now my starter. So we have no reason to drop him. He stays in for now. And obviously Dlamini can come in if need be. It actually means, because Dlamini can play on the left, we could actually sell Mbambo this summer and probably not really miss him, because both Unlove and Dlamini have got better average ratings than Mbambo this season. So we've turned down a couple of £500,000 offers from Chinese clubs that he doesn't want to go to. But if we were to get something in that £500,000 range at the end of the season, it wouldn't be the end of the world if we used him to finance a few incoming players that will hopefully form the core of a squad for the Champions League. Remember, to get into the Champions League, we have to win the league. So this game, really quite important. As you can see, they've not sold out, so Kaizer Chiefs not taking it seriously. But we're on a long unbeaten run, and although we've had a little bit of a wobble, so have they. That's why, despite our wobble, they're further behind us than they were the last time we played them. So they're wobbling even more than we are. The ones we probably need to be careful of keeping an eye on. That was a fantastic save from Rebello. Goodness me, we've missed him. It was offside anyway, so it didn't matter, but what a save. The ones we probably need to be quite careful of are the Spurs, because they're, as it stands, only 3 points behind us, and we're about to play them. So if this ends in a draw today, although that should be enough to finish off Kaizer Chiefs, they really need to win every game for the rest of the season. It does open the door for Spurs to then beat us tomorrow and make that last day of the season very interesting, because we'd go into it on level on points with them. And if we lose here, and then they beat us, we'd go into the final day of the season behind them, which would be really disastrous. So although the league table is looking good currently, it is by no means comfortable, and we have not really been in this today. And just on the stroke of half-time, Kaizer Chiefs with a corner as they look to do that. I mean, I've been done at my own thing there, haven't I? Near post header, 12th goal of the season for him. He's probably a centre-back. They're probably abusing corners the same way I do. Right, can we have an immediate reply? That would be ideal if we could. We could not. Okay. Well, I guess we have to go attacking. And get Kurt ready. Because this is not ideal. Okay, Radaby's picked up a knock. So Nonani can come on, or Nonyani. But yeah, we're going to have to get big Kurt ready, who has gone off the boil a little bit since that purple patch that he had the last time we played them. Hasn't scored consistently really since then. And is now, as you can see, lost his place in the team again with the return of Macania, who was such a key player for us in the early part of the season before he got injured. Hendricks scrambles it clear, and we are on the ropes a little bit here. Bearing in mind we've been in such control for so long over this season, we are in very real danger of letting our youth and inexperience and naivety cost us right at the end of the season, just because there's teams around us who are a little bit more seasoned. And I mean, that screams bottle job, doesn't it? There's just no accounting for that as a manager. I don't want to see the replay of it. There's nothing you can do about that. Sometimes Football Manager just decides it's not going to be your day, and it represents it by making things like that happen in the match engine. And there's just nothing you can do about it. Right, we're going to take off Lothy and bring on Kurt and get him up there as well. And I think we bring on, you know what, we're going to push Unlove back, and we're going to bring on Dlamini as well. I think that's a nice attacking change, as we desperately need 2 goals. We're going very attacking. This is not how today was supposed to go at all. Right, and Bambo is now tiring, so we're going to put Macania out wide. Phillips is going to come on up front. Zimela can come off for Macania. We're already very attacking. We need 2 goals from somewhere. We need somebody to deliver a little bit of magic. Macania's picked up another injury there as well. Oh, this was not the plan. We haven't lost since October. But they've just dealt with us really comfortably there. And the annoying thing is, the form they're in, they're probably not going to go and win the league. They're probably just opening the door to Cape Town Spurs, because they're still 7 points behind us. How many games in hand do they have? 2, I think. Oh, goodness me. It is going to be stressful tomorrow for the title run-in, that's for sure. Dlamini, on his return to the team, trying to do something fancy, not able to. That was pretty pathetic today. And this is what the league table looks like. We have 2 games to go, as do Cape Town Spurs, who are 2 points behind us. We play them next at home, I think. Yeah. But Kaizer Chiefs are lurking with 4 games still to play, so 2 games more than either of us. They're 7 points behind. So if we beat Cape Town Spurs, I think that's it. We've won the league. So we just have to beat them, and that will be tomorrow. If you've enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching. It's not tomorrow, it's the next day, I've just remembered. And thank you to the Patreons as well, which I've also just remembered. Admin.